we were experiencing extremely stressful days on this campus. And every day, committee members met and discussed the worst case scenarios. And one idea that was floating around was that after all the guest speakers come to hotel rooms, they broadcast their lecture from their hotel room. And that was really, really, depressing thought. So I'm glad that we could avoid that worst case scenario. And actually, it was very nice to see all of you in this room. So again, welcome to our International Symposium in Research and Teaching of Endangered and Marginalized Languages in East and Southeast Asia. I'm Shoichi Wasaki from the Department of Asian Languages and Cultures. Let me just mention a few key people who helped organize this conference. First of all, sponsors. We have multiple sponsors on campus, including Asia Pacific Center, Center for Southeast Asian Studies, National Heritage Language Resource Center, Richard C. Rudolph East Asian Library, and also Title VI East Asian National Resource Center from the U.S. Department of Education has provided partial funding. And I just feel that I need to mention our hardworking staff. Jeannie from Asia. Can you just raise your hand? And Aaron, also Asia Center, and the group here from Asia Center. And the Center for Southeast Asian Studies, we have Nuet Tong sitting over there. And from National Heritage Language Resource Center, we have Alto Diaz sitting back there. And from the East Asian Library, Tomoko is sitting over there. And you will also see our faculty and the student volunteers who will help throughout this symposium. So I really appreciate your kind help. And faculty organizers are Juliana Vijaya sitting there and myself. Okay, now I want to introduce Professor Min Zhou Symposium. Professor Min Zhou is a director of UCLA Asia Pacific Center, but also she is a distinguished professor of sociology and Asian American studies. Walter and Shirley Wong, endowed chair in U.S.-China relations and communications. Research areas include migration and development, race and ethnicity, urban sociology, Chinese and Asian American. And I just heard that she earned the newest title recently. In October last year, I think, she became a proud grandmother of a beautiful daughter, young daughter. So congratulations, me. And I'd like to invite you to the podium to open the symposium.
For the kind introduction. Good morning and welcome to this international symposium. I thank you all in person here and also online from local places and far away for coming to this exciting international conference. Thank you. In welcoming you here, I would like to, first of all, acknowledge the hosts and co-hosts and people who have worked so diligently since last October to put this two-day event together so beautifully and to bring our distinguished speakers from overseas to UCLA so seamlessly. And that's a lot of work. As the director of the Asia Pacific Center, the host of this symposium, I would like to take the liberty to say a few more words about our center. Again, as Professor Iwasaki said, this symposium is co-hosted by the Center for Southeast Asian Studies, the Center for World Languages, and East Asian Library. You can take a look at the end of the program booklet for the center for details about our proposal. So the UCLA Asia Pacific Center is one of 27 interdisciplinary research centers, including today's two other hosting units, Center for Southeast Asian Studies and Center for World Languages, and academic programs within the UCLA International Institute under the leadership of Vice Provost for International Studies and Global Engagement, Professor Cindy Fan. Professor Fan is out of town and cannot be here to speak to us. She should have been here. She sends her best regards and wishes for our events. So our Asia Pacific Center promotes greater knowledge and understanding of Asia and the Pacific region on campus and in the community through innovative research, teaching, public programs, and international collaborations. We encourage interdisciplinary work on cross-border and supranational issues on economy and society, language and culture, population and environment, and sustainability in the ongoing processes of globalization. We have a thriving Taiwan Studies program with multiple initiatives and collaborative projects with universities in Taiwan, such as UCLA, NTNU, National Taiwan Normal University, Taiwan Studies Initiative, UCLA, NTU, National Taiwan University, Summer Institute on American Society, Taiwan Bilingual Exchanges of Selected Talent Program, or Huayu Best Program, Taiwan in the World Program, and Taiwan Studies Lecture and Taiwan Studies Program, our Global Chinese Philanthropy Research and Training Program that is going on now, our program on Central Asia and Hong Kong Studies program, as well as the Pacific World Research Network to study Asians in Latin America and Latin Americans in Asia, which we are in partnership with and the Latin American Institute. Moreover, our center serves as the National Resource Center, NRC, on East Asia and administers the Foreign Languages and Area Studies Fellowships funded by the U.S. Department of Education's Title VI program. Our main funding source for this symposium comes from our Title VI NRC grant, for which we are grateful. By the way, our two other hosting institutions also are supported by the NRC Title VI grant. Working diligently behind the is a team of amazing people. So I just mentioned that, but I want to emphasize the key intellectual driver is Dr. Soichi Iwasaki, Professor Emeritus in the Department of Asian Languages and Culture. Dr. Iwasaki has been a visionary leader and has been intimately involved in every single step of planning and programming for this symposium. I counted at least 160 emails in the past 2 months that he sent to us. A lot of communications. And Dr. Juliani Wijaya, lecturer of Asian languages and cultures and Indonesian studies coordinator at UCLA Center for Southeast Asian Studies, has been instrumental in programming. Thank you, Dr. Iwasaki and Dr. Vijaya, for your intellectual leadership. We cannot possibly bring this symposium to fruition without the hard work of the staff of our center. The Asia Pacific Center staff, Deputy Director Aaron Miller and Center Administrator Ginny Chen, have been working extremely hard on every single logistic detail, from planning, scheduling, booking airline tickets, hotels, to arranging venues and catering, and many more. You notice that Ginny was working very late last night, and she was sending email at after 10 p.m. And yesterday, Aaron made a special trip to campus when he could work at home. He did a walk from Tibetan Guest House to Bunch Hall here to gauge the time and make sure that the walking route is safe for everyone. So contributing to the effort are the staff of our co-host unit. Nguyen Tong, Assistant Director of UCLA Center for Southeast Asian Studies, have played a key role from the very start. As a matter of fact, she reminded me and she reminded us about organizing this symposium back in summer last year in August. And she has made sure that all matters are taken care of timely. Arturo Diaz, Executive Director at the UCLA Center for World Languages and UCLA National Heritage Language Resource Center, and Tomoko Bialog, Japanese Studies Librarian at the UCLA East Library, are both providing very important support. Thank you so much for our amazing staff. Last but not least, I thank our center's graduate researcher, Brooke Fan, here, Brooke, and undergraduate student assistant, Joyce Lin. Is Joyce here? Joyce here. And our other student assistants, raise your hands. We have some other student assistants. Thank you so much. And these people have offered indispensable support for making this hybrid symposium happen smoothly, especially at this critical time at UCLA. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you so much. Today and tomorrow, we will engage ourselves in intellectually stimulating discussions on research and teaching on endangered and marginalized languages in East and Southeast Asia, with the goal of fostering the exchange of knowledge, experiences, and best practices among researchers and language educators from diverse perspectives. There will be 13 invited speakers from Hong Kong, Indonesia, Japan, Korea, Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand, and UCLA to speak on their research and teaching of a variety of languages such as Baba Malay, Cantonese, Formosa languages, Hokkien, Indonesian languages, Jejuel, Ryukyu languages, and Thai minority languages. I'm sure you will gain a great deal from the presentations and from interacting with these internationally known scholars and our colleagues at UCLA. I wish you a great symposium ahead. Thank you so much.